I'm Jonathan Worsley, chairman of The Bench, and I'm delighted on this FHS podcast to have Duncan O'Rourke, CEO of the Middle East, Africa, and Asia Pacific for Accor with us. Duncan, delighted to have you.
Jonathan, thank you very much. Lovely to see you again.
And actually, I was just thinking the last time we were more in contact, I think, was when we were both working together on the Hospitality Helps program, which made a huge difference to a lot of families and people during and still the Ukraine crisis.
No, indeed. And a wonderful initiative that you had broken. We were very happy to take part in that. Indeed, yeah. No, absolutely.
No, that was great. So tell us, you moved to Dubai. You were CEO of Northern Europe for Accor, and now you've moved to Dubai. What's the past year been like? Has it it's a much bigger territory, of course, but how have you adopted to the move?
Look, firstly, it's great to be here, and just maybe a little bit about Accor's operations here in this Middle East, African aspect region, where I have the privilege of leading. It's over 1,000 hotels in this vast area, 40 countries. Around just over 90,000 team members, or we call artists, and really running all these iconic brands such as the Pullman, the Novotel, the Ibis, the Movenpick, just to name a few. The strategy begins with really understanding that local market, and that's absolutely critical to understand the dynamics of each market, and here as well in the Middle East. This local cultures, the customer behaviors, the economic conditions. So it's really an exciting place to be, as I've leaving Europe and coming over here. We've also, as you know, Jonathan, aligned ourselves with that national vision, such as the Saudi Vision 2030, that Egypt Vision, which was also 2030, and the UAE strategy for 2031 as well. So we very much aligned with those, and specifically with the Saudi Vision 2030, we signed master development agreements with Asma Hospitality. So, 18 franchise hotels, really, really excited. And just one small thing, which is you'll find amusing, with this 18 hotels we signed, with Asma. One of them is the first property we signed, which is the Mercure Khamis Mashait in Azir. And you will remember that in 1989, I was in Azir living there, opening the Rosewood Hotel. So wonderful memories, of having lived in Saudi many, many years ago, and lovely to be back in this region.
That's fantastic. And you must really see, from yourself moving to Dubai, working on this region, working on the Middle East, just the dynamism that's going on at the moment, and you talk about these visions, the 2030 visions. I mean, there's nothing else quite like it in the rest of the world, is there? No.
And the vision and the speed and the excitement and the commitment, there's nothing like it anywhere in the world. It's really exciting, not just for me, but my entire team, for the group. And we are, we're blessed to be and excited to be part of this wonderful journey. And again, specifically the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, what is going under the leadership there and driving. We have 41 hotels already in Saudi, so we're excited about that. But the speed that is growing there, we're going to grow by an additional 45 hotels. So it's exactly what you said. It's so exciting and unprecedented anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I must say I sit on the Sustainable Hospitality Alliances on the board, and I find that everybody in the Middle East and Saudi, especially at the moment, are really open to looking at sustainability, which is all about innovation, isn't it? It's about trying to do things in a much more efficient, much more sustainable way. Tell us a little bit about Accor and what you're doing on that front, both in terms of that sustainability piece, because we're all learning together and how we have a better future, but also that innovation piece as well.
Yeah, indeed. Look, sustainability is integral to our vision for responsible hospitality and our long-term growth in this region. Our commitment to sustainability not only aligns with our corporate values, but also really reflects the increasing importance of the environment and social responsibility that you see throughout this industry, Jonathan. We view sustainability as a driver of innovation and our efficiency in our operations. Not only are we reducing our environmental footprint, but also enhancing really operational efficiencies and reducing costs. And this includes initiatives such as energy, water conservation, water waste reduction, eco-friendly materials in construction operations. I mean, we fundamentally changed the way DTS is looking at a hotel right now in terms of new projects going forward. And of course, we still focus, and that focus on sustainability extends far beyond our operations as well. And we have to really get this ecosystem with partners, suppliers, and the local communities as well. So we actively engaging with stakeholders to promote these practices throughout that value chain we have as well. And another thing at the heart of, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, in terms of collaboration, industry collaboration, I think it's working on all levels now, isn't it? And with your peers, it seems like everybody's coming together to learn from each other as well. Do you see that as well?
I do, and I think you're absolutely right. There's a lot of collaboration going with peers because I think it's something too important to keep to oneself, and so everybody is sharing, everybody's open up, and that's just wonderful to see. I'm not sure you'd see that in other industries, but we all feel it's whatever we learn or whatever we see, it's too important to keep for ourselves, and so we're sharing and all the other companies are sharing and industries are sharing in hospitality with us. And, that's exciting as well. That's exciting for us, for the group, for the industry, for our employees.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then on the innovation piece, which is all part of, how we transform to a net positive industry. And we've got our startup competitions that are going on during the conference and, facilitating working with the UNTO, with their startups as well, and really trying to feed those ideas into the industry, include working with the Sustainable Hospitality Challenge, with the Hotel School, and that fabulous competition that they have that's going on. And we're a platform for the finals of that competition in Dubai later this year. But how do you manage to procure and facilitate innovation within Accor?
Well, just coming back to hotel schools and talking about what we do with human capital there. We also are trying to reshape the industry itself. We just signed this with Tamayaz by Accor, which with the Ministry of Tourism, that's dedicated really to nurturing Saudi talent in the hospitality industry. Jonathan, when I go 2 days into Saudi, I'll be staying at the Novotel Riyadh Safar, which just opened, brand new property. And I'm super excited as well because I'll again be meeting the first female Saudi general manager over there. And so things are really moving in the right direction. And it's just a matter of embracing and driving and sharing that. And there you go. You see owners, dear owners of that hotel, embracing the female general manager, embracing the sustainability, as well as what we're doing with the hotel industry and recruiting and making sure that the industry has enough talent, or we as well have enough talent with all these hotels that we open in there. So it's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're going to be showcasing a Desi, our robot. She's going to be opening the second day for us at the conference. And Desi is AI driven. So again, it's going to be interesting to see how it works with her on stage. But she responds to any questions. So I'm going to be asking questions from the audience as well of her. And it's getting faster. It's getting better all the time. But it's just interesting to see where this, of course, leads to. And I think we all need to be playing in this just to see and figure it out together. So you've got. Tell us a little bit about the focus on your brands at the moment, and you've got some great eclectic brands as well. how is it you decide to move forward with certain brands? Do you find there's currently the owners, your partners are pushing towards certain sets of brands at the moment?
Look, we recognize the significance of really maintaining this brand consistency across the portfolio. That's really important. But at the same time, we really need to embrace these regional customizations to better service the guests. So our approach really revolves around it being really guest-centric and ensuring the needs and preferences of the guests at the forefront of everything we do. So our strategies is building clear brand guidelines. Just recently we looked at one of the brands, the guidelines we had, 895 brand guidelines. We've cut 200 off them now, which we think are not really relevant anymore, and just really concentrate on the key ones which are guest-centric and focus on that and make sure that we get those right. So we also want to really empower this unique cultures, traditions in the cultures we are. So we empower these local hotel teams to customize certain aspects of the guest experience as well. And that's really been extremely well received. So our goal is to create really wonderful experiences for the guests that are not only consistent and embraced in that brand promise, but also resonate very much with the local content.
Yeah, and Sebastian Bazin has always been very focused on that, as well as working with the community, providing that sort of whole cultural experience locally as well for those hotels that you're developing.
Yeah, indeed.
And so looking forward, what are the trends you're currently seeing, and what impact are they going to make on the hospitality industry?
Look, you mentioned it, Jonathan, already. You're bringing in AI into the conference in a few days' time, and that's also something we're looking at significantly. This integration of this AI technology, really, and particularly personalizing guest experience. That's where we're looking at that. Really, by harnessing that power of AI, that hotels can tailor services for unique experiences. It's not about taking positions away or people away from the industry, but it's rather freeing them up to be able to spend more time with our guests and let the AI technology really drive it forward. There's also a growing emphasis on wellness and well-being with travelers, and we're looking at that as well, prioritizing health-conscious amenities and activities as well going forward, fitness facilities. And of course, you mentioned that sustainability as well, integral to what we're doing there in terms of our strategy there. But we excited we're not skeptical of AI. We're embracing what it can do because, like I said, it's really about freeing up our artists to spend more personal time with our guests, with the communities, and let this technology really emphasize that and make it more efficient.
Yeah, and and that whole AI side also for education, I think, with your staff is quite interesting as well, making it much more efficient and effective and personalized for your staff.
Correct.
When it comes to training. Duncan, thank you for that. And how do you see FHS Saudi Arabia really making a difference in shaping the future of hospitality for the region? I know you've got a great team attending, the very senior executives also participating in the conference.
Look, FHS facilitates crucial conversations in the region and on hospitality. It gives you a place or a platform to discuss. You get inspired in the industry to elevate service standards, latest technology, latest intelligence, which is driving innovation. And this particular one, the FHS in Saudi Arabia, also promotes that Saudi culture. And that's very, very important. So we firmly believe in that. We think it's a wonderful platform for us to join. You mentioned we have a strong presence there. We also have our Deputy CEO, Sebastian, the number 2 of our company, and the head of PME, Jean-Jacques, flying in for this event as well. It's important. And then the kingdom itself, as I mentioned before, we're going to grow another 45 hotels in the kingdom by 2030. So that's great news for us. And on a personal note, Jonathan, when I was young and starting the career, I went to Saudi Arabia and worked with Rosa and had a wonderful time there. My wife and kids thoroughly enjoyed it. Would go back anytime. The country was very good to me, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity to give back as well there. And so, I support this as much as I can. I'm excited.
No, it's fantastic, Albert. We're a group of us are heading off to Accor after the conference for a few days to go explore Accor. Last year we went to Neom, to Alula, to the Red Sea, to Medina. So I take advantage of these events and go and travel and see the country as well.
Yes, Accor is wonderful. The food, the honey, the people, the culture. One of the best places I've lived in. I've lived in many, many countries. One of the best places I ever lived in was in Accor, in Accor. Absolutely fantastic. People, food, honey, culture, music, just wonderful, wonderful people. We'll enjoy it.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. Well, I'm looking forward as well to seeing you, Duncan. It's been a while, and I'll see you in a few days' time at FHS in Riyadh. Look forward to seeing you too. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Jonathan. Look forward to seeing you there. Travel safe.